some strange crap on the computer again. A lot of different electronic stuff, and it's heightened after they started, getting pretty mad over the situation in the last week. I've had a whole lot of stuff happen. I would even say a little longer than that, about 2 weeks. Major heightenedness of the level. It's December 27th, 2018, 8:17 a.m. Someone's hacking all my electronics. See the black little arrow? That's brand new, just started happening. Not only just like hacking, like not just playing around with stuff, literally trying to burn stuff up. DVR systems, TVs, Xbox, refrigerators, everything under the sun. Inside the house and out. They're mouthing off. They got people all around me. I live partially in residential and industrial, and the industrial guys coming in and out every morning, playing their little agency game, calling out 007 stuff, whatever, and literally 007 exact words. But anyhow, trying to intimidate. So, ragging on me, I'm so poor I won't be able to afford to replace what I already got, or at least not quick enough, which is partially true. But now it comes down to hopefully I can, one, because it will hurt me, because I utilize all this equipment for personal stuff. I could have went out this year and just got my bug detectors and figured out who was doing it, track them in basically as best as I could, and go back to the FBI, even though there is corrupted law enforcement involved and corrupt agencies, mob-styled, attached type of stuff. And this was already proven 10, 11, 12 years ago in Colorado Springs. The dangest thing is I'm here in Columbus, Ohio, and what was found out in Colorado Springs is some of the stuff, if not a bunch of stuff from Ohio for years, was out in Colorado Springs trying to leverage the system, and was able to, not legally, but the authority of the actual structure of the system, and it was mob tied. It was organized crime tied. These guys are just in here frauding the system. Oh, you tell on us, we'll tell on you. You tell on us, we'll just screw with your shit and whatever, everything else that's already happened to you. You know what can happen to you. That's the way real society works, little boy. Alright, well, not only just the discriminative acts, but all kinds of other heinous acts. You ain't shit, whatever. And on top, they're supposedly undercover profiling for work. How the hell are they all on drugs? I'm damn sure of it. Do I have 100% proof? Not 100% exactly. Just word of mouth of somebody else utilizing with them, or knowing that they had and can obtain 100% that they're on dope, while they're in here also enforcing law, and that they're law enforcement, and there was law enforcement associated too many incidences over the last 20 years that had been caught up in illegal drug sales, or illegally allowing the traffickers to do what they're doing, getting paid off. Well, not here in America. Oh no. That same cop in there trying to tell you how things work is in there corrupt as shit, doing whatever he wants to, because hey, somebody gave him a place, and these guys a place to authoritate themselves to tell somebody what to do. I'm done. Let's go play with these dope addict people that I'm talking about, on top of utilizing law enforcement, trying to utilize whatever American sabotaged ounce of weight systematically, any which way they can get away with whatever they can. Obliteration of another person. Yes, I have lost competency, and there's some things that I won't say I'm not competent with, but I'm not really well mind strength with it. But these guys, any normal person would not be able to handle it. Even a supreme person would not be able to handle this. We're talking not even a professional chess player that can win the world's intelligent chess game would be able to put up with shit that I'm putting up with. So, there's a video that I've already posted to YouTube, and 2 days later, I think it might have been just a tiny bit longer, the first time in YouTube's life, YouTube shuts down. Now, am I insinuating something with that? Possibly. For the fact I've had incidences as such, with certain amount of information that I was putting out, just talking about my incidences, and I'm not even giving complete, full acknowledgement myself. either somebody else piece it together or what's going on with me. And these people are threatening if that happens, there's harm to do to everything or whatever they want to. So, on top of basically threatening my life, you ain't nothing but a mental retard and we have a right to do this to you. Well, I can agree, understand some. I need something more stabilized than you just running your dope addict punk ass mouth. Be it that even I'm not taking your law enforcement background as shit either, because it doesn't mean nothing. It's already been busted, and I was a part of a situation in Colorado Springs that busted the situation. That was one of the main calls behind the people who got caught to being caught. And I ain't the one that said anything to a point. I'm not the rat or like the guy that went forward and pointed it out. It's because they started messing with me. They got them caught doing other shit, at which point it looks like I did something wrong to them. But that's not the start of it. I'm not saying, well, oops, I accidentally bumped something I shouldn't have. They was on this way prior to anything like that. It's a whole different type of situation, organized and targeted directly ever since even I was a child. And I didn't realize it till I was 18 years old. Some of it was my capacity and abilities in life. And trying to learn anything, no, you're retarded, that's behaviorally unruly, you're not to understand anything, you'll do as you're told. Like I'm being disobedient, being treated like a child. I've asked mental health while I was in custody, not just the police and whatnot, even though it was in fear, tried to even ask the questions, because of the manipulation and systematical assaults that can be performed and had been, to put myself in jeopardy in any way. But what I was told with the thoroughness, I do believe partially because a lawyer was sitting there and that lawyer was on the behalf of myself. No, I have independency and I should not be being treated the way that I'm being treated. But them coming down to what it is, once again, that black little marker, stuff like that, them throwing threats and all the rest, homosexual organized crime is 100%, even in New York City, 2015, when I took a trip out there, there's many people that started catching on to what I was trying to say. Hey, there's something, see something, say something. So I'm saying something, seeing it. Are you seeing it the same way that I am? And them approving. And it's not just general public. There was law enforcement, or what seemed to be counterterrorism, law enforcement, somebody with authority. It's just their posture, the way they represent themselves. But then again, no identification. You can't trust no one. 1 minute, hey, no, next you tell the person, well, then you're being disobedient because you know who I am and you better obey that. But anyways, I did trust a lot of the situation there to a point, and they also agreed, basically, homosexual organized crime. It's starting to get into, even if it wasn't intentional to be what these people are trying to structuralize and set up, basically it's turned into where it can be convicted as them organizing in a criminal manner to the point, and on top, organized crime. It's a hard way to put it, but looking into it, whatnot. And there is actually homosexual organized crime organizations out there. So the ones that are floozy, who says they ain't a part of that? And because they're a part of that, even if the others that are participating and don't know that they're participating with criminal acts, association, just as what they've applied to me, is crap. You're going to end up getting hit because the other person there is a part of another situation, and they're an influencer, or even, it doesn't matter, associated. They're a part of you and what you're saying your force of power is, while their background clerk and power is homosexual organized crime relations. Drug addict, homosexual organized crime, all the lawful shit you're trying to stand, all this you're behaviorally, I'm behaviorally messed up, I don't use drugs. If I did recreational, not to ever do that, and there has been a few occasions over 20 some years, at a party, drink a beer, be handed the wrong type of cigarette. That's a foul, lame ass shit to say, but that's back then. Smoked a little reefer, whatnot, blah blah. Not everyday use, not party house use, whatnot. Alcohol, used to be an alcoholic to a certain point. But hey, I broke free of that. I broke free, real help. while these guys tried to intervene, I'm not allowed to have real help. I don't have a life to have real help that way. I don't have the right to get the representation to be serviced. Anyways, black marker on that is a definite. A lot of things happening with the PC. Another fan and a lot of things over the last few years just in this house. Fans breaking. Either be computer fans, the fans underneath the computer, house fans, Xbox fans, whatever kind of fan. There's some type of electronic device. It's not hacking. It's some type of other electronic interference, either magnetical or whatever it be, or even high generation of power, however it's working, and intentionally interfering. When the TV monitor on different TVs, they slide sideways like when you put a magnet, or the old days where you put, and I had an older TV, where you put a magnet up to it and it causes collars, and it went away. If I ran the TV, which is basically something that I did, but something inside the house, and it actually worked, was move the TV as fast as I could, because if they're targeting, more than likely it might have a defense of, now what if he takes off with it, it'll be noticeable, and be able to deflect the ability of me trying to figure out if it's the TV or not. And I still figure it out because I was quick enough thinking is to move the TV really quick, and the picture itself, the magnetical pull on the picture that was there, changed. And wherever the lines went, usually, unless I'm back-assward, sorry about the lingo, you follow which way there should be a pull kind of understanding, a pull mark, a direction where you would believe and understand where the pull should be coming from. So, it pulled in a certain way. So, with that pull being that way and the map back that way, that's can't completely 100% say for certainty, but at least putting into gut feeling that's certaintilized. But can't blame nobody with it completely, unless, of course, they're in acting out that would make you believe that it is. Anyways, with that being said, there's plenty of other things that have been proven in front of my face, but I've never authoritated, went to law enforcement with the rest, because there is law enforcement involved in a lot of things going on and around me. Sabotage, United States structure, targeting type of situation, and utilizing me as a criminal guinea pig. And at which point, if I lose, I'm not a criminal. I used to steal stuff. I used to do this, and there's laws, and that's what I get for stealing. That's the type of life. I've been scolded and marked for life. That's fine. I moved on, but you moved with me. Type of situation. When it came out, when I was getting psychological understanding, it's a possibility I'd be set free for my actions due to forced kind of compulsion type of situations. Under the influence of being due to harm or whatever it being, causing me to enact out in a wrong type of way, trying to get acceptance. No matter which way, just like they try any way that they can, let me try any way that I can to see what happens. Hey, they don't like that. Oops. One, they can't mess with me. Two, it exposes it to everybody that I'm trying to expose it to. I want to get foreignized country besides America involved to see what kind of laws we have, because there's also extendable stuff besides law enforcement going into intelligence agencies. Sabotage, complete social sabotage in the United States against myself, which leads into corrupts acts and all the other stuff. But anyways, with that being said, just a little marker up there, jamming stuff. All I get all day long, LRAD and ridicule my LRAD, a long-range acoustic device, micro voices. Hey Rodney, being scolded like I'm a child or underneath some type of verbal-related custodial restraint. You go to the system just as I asked the system. Even if I was diagnosed mentally retarded, would this be allowed? And basically no. In certain cases of retardation, yes. But there's different cases of retardation anyhow. Pitting it as stupid as that, and they ain't even supposed to talk about it that way because they're professional. It has no lead for their own, not just professionalism, but systematical authority, right? Advisory and stuff to even talk about. But to a point they did. My case would be different anyways. I would not have a custodial guardian if it was that severe. And basically what they said is I need to go to the police, and they found out as I was talking to them I can't go to the police, and they understand. It isn't just me suspecting, It's 100% saying for sure happened to me, something happened, or I have paperwork, or the incident happened and is being investigated by internal affairs supposedly, in which who knows how long that takes, or lost the paperwork. Doesn't matter. There is 100% something corrupt with the local system. And on top, it just grows out. It's too hard to explain right now, but targeted stalking across the United States type of situation. Aha! That's mentally schizoid, paranoid schizophrenia, and we'll hold you to it. We have a right to restrain mental health laws. Any public servant subdue if another person is in a situation where they cannot handle themselves, for another person to subdue that person and get away with it. They like utilizing and wrongfully enforcing things and making people believe that's the way it works, just so they can get their thrills, which mental health counselors, doctors, and everybody else is the ones that has the words in the mouth for that one. Even though I had the same thing, but that's not me saying, well, I figured it out myself this way. I talked to somebody else and they figured out some of the same thing, and that's their words. And some of their words is social assault, systematical assault, meaning somebody utilizing a system illegally, falsely reporting something and trying to get another person in trouble, social life threat to the point as basically social death threatening. It's not life, it's life threatening, but it's not physical life threatening. They're threatening social life so hard the other person could probability die from it because they don't have a social life, a connection, and basically it's presumably dead, systematically not accepted. So that's the same thing as death, and can be protected. If it would be no different than them aiming a gun at me physically than what they're doing with their actions, to be able to defend with harshness against what they're doing and to be able to stop the situation. Anyways, another situation of being belittled through LRAD, scoldings, all the rest, and hey buddy, we got power, what you gonna do? Well, I guess I'll stand up, because I tell you what I really want to do, I know for a fact I'm not accepted by the rest of the people, normalized of the world that are normal. I have problems, physical problems, whatnot, and all the other stuff that's added up over the years has just broken me down. I will never probably have completely a normal life. And if I am mentally retarded, which is fine, I'm not starting to accept it. But hey, let's go ahead and venture into that. What is so stupid of these guys? Haha, retarded. We got the right to control you. And I find out by the system, even if I was retarded, they wouldn't have the frickin' right to do shit. My case would be a different, specialized situation of mental retardation, not completely quadriplegic type of situation, just completely different. Oh, well, we know how that works too. Damn, you know how everything works, don't you? Like, you got your nose, and this is not my words, this is the counselor's words. Like, you got your nose, or they got their nose stuck up my ass while they're in here lying and tried to help the system, or tried to get the system to help them sabotage my situation, as if I'm paranoid, schizophrenic, and doing something wrong by recording videos and doing other things. And I'm sticking my nose up their ass, but it flip-flopped and backfired on them hard. I wasn't feeling safe when I explained the story either, because there's so much connectivity and wrongdoing, but at least some of it was alleviated. At least what I believe was correct when opened up and talked about. But that place was also corrupt, and incidences also occurred while I was there, while fighting in court, and I won to a point. The lawyers that came in, there's still talk, systematical assault type of situation is the way I'll put it. May not be 100% technical, but somebody tried to wrongfully do me. Intentionally targeting. With that being said, I'm going to stop this video and upload it. Once again, date is December 27th, 2018. Can I get that in there? I know the camera rotated. Being called a crackhead. That's discriminative, defamatory, and in public. Anyhow. What time is it? ostracizing, eavesdropping on my house, eavesdropping, wiretapping the stuff that I'm trying to look up intelligibly. You're not allowed to. You're retarded. I'll tell you what to do. You're under verbal, physical restraint. If I have to, I'll put my hands on you. You're retarded. You obey me, retard. No, there's no paperwork for that one. Two, if there was, it wasn't in my hands or the lawyer's hands or the system's hands being represented correctly, per se. Three, wouldn't matter. Mine would be a specialized case to where they did not have the right to abuse any type of power as such, or even enforce, is what the actual psychological doctor, not the counselors, not the extra eds or whatever the hell else, extra part of the team, the doctor itself. When you have a team, there's a doctor and then there's counselors on the side of them, whatnot. The doctor is a say-so. They're the doctor. They're the ones that understand the mental health situation, just like physical health. They're the top head part of that. And the top head is the one that put this out. So, end it there. And that's that. I'm going to upload this. And that's that. Shit. I'm real tired, sick, literally sick. Something about psychological, social death type of situation, being deprived of life to the point that it's causing physical illness and all the rest, while they're systematically sabotaging with a whole lot of other stuff. And they got power. They had people on the inside, outside type of situation. This, that. I need help from people on the outside. That I have complications of making friends. I have complications now, as I said prior, of complete contact of almost any sorts. I was diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder, even though there is other talks that, hey, basically by the fraud, the perjury, and lies of what they found out after I was probated, it changes the situation in the case. I would have to go up and challenge the case myself, which I haven't completely done. But they're in here. Oh well, that's good enough for me to tell you you're not like us, and we're a social part of the group. Since you're incompetent, your mental health diagnosed, we have the right to tell you what to do in life. Our people are straight, sound-minded, and you're not. Okay, it's systematical assault. It would be okay maybe in one situation, but not in mine, to a certain extent. Yeah, I just keep going over it. But technically, what I was going to say is, I am abnormal. I have physical deformalities. There is other situations to where I try to reach out for help, but I went not incompetent, but I'm just not have the ability to stand with other people to a point. Do I need a caregiver, a custodian, or something like that to take care of me? No. But at the same time, to reach out a whole lot of extra help. Somebody understanding that, wow, it's so bad that it needs that extra help. Not just, okay, it'll be easy breezy, whatnot. Hey, we talk about some things and put it together and quickly and all that stuff. I won't say it couldn't be quickly, but it wouldn't be exactly the same as a normal person without a certain amount of problems anyways. But yeah, for targeted individual, I'm definitely still standing up. I'm doing videos. They didn't like the videos that I've been doing. And I'm sitting inside my house. They eavesdrop on them. They copycat the things that I say in my videos, out in public, all the rest of the stuff. So yeah, eavesdropping, data theft type of situation. Not only hacking devices, but prying devices out, and multitudes of other stuff. But yeah. So it's kind of hard to also talk to other people once they understand that I've exposed things, and that could cause, an imbalance in the situation of being easily taken care of things. So I'm just stuck in a rock, in a hard place. But technicalities of psychology, which I'm being psychologically attacked too. And now that I've been psychologically basically assaulted, I don't have an ability to defend to a point myself. But a lawyer was standing with me when it was being represented in a certain, and understood there's somebody inside the system trying to assault the system. You're supposed to be good people and abide by an oath and all this other bullshit, and you assaulted the system. You're intentionally doing it. Why the hell can you criminally charge me with fraud? You can try to act like you're enforcing something that I'm doing something wrong. I do the same thing to you, and you better not. What? You're in here making a systematical, what I feel is a federal freaking offense compared to my maybe trying to speak out against and being, what would you say, unruly, a little bit agitative, aggressive. Big whip-de frickin' do compared to your federal human rights violation offenses. Human trafficking would come up, which was talked about elsewhere also. Tactics and psychological tactics of human trafficking. It may not be full-blown sexual stuff, even though it's basically close. But the same tactics utilized to keep those people in checks are the same tactics these frickers are using. And not even just the same. There's even more. While you also have full-blown law enforcement straight up in uniform, everybody and their mother can see it, participating. Oh, well, that's the law. Technically, we have to participate. Systematical, which was talked back at the psychological facility, systematical assault. Somebody's lied and caused the system to act wrongfully against another person, but somebody else is enforcing. You don't have proof of it, so we have to continue. Bullshit. To a point. Or if I make external phone calls to internal affairs, it dies out a little bit. Even though how the hell do these people know that I called internal affairs? It's supposed to be secretive, right? Unless you're eavesdropping and tapping me in the wrong way. Anyhow. Or it backfires because I'm the only case that would be able to report that type of case to internal affairs, and if it gets represented, who knows who? Who they gonna come back after? The person that had to deal with the dealings in the first place. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and press stop on this video and upload it. I've been tired, been up for a few days trying to do some things for myself. And I've been pretty sick, going to see a neurologist, which there's interference with that stuff too. Sleep studies, hospitalization stuff here for physical health situations, and just complete chaos in those systems too. Like I don't have a deservance of even having medical care. Anyways, go and press stop on this video. And I don't mean to drag anybody else down because I sound it's schizoid and all this. I am also reaching out if I can get out of here when it's already understood they're trying to pinpoint the time frames that I got. How to escape. Oh, you're escaping us, really? You're the motherfucker that's causing a federal offense. You're the ones being busted up for all the homosexual organized crime shit. You're the ones being pointed out at, you need proof. I don't need proof when there's 7 other people standing there saying the same thing. I walk out into New York City and there's affidavits. People see something, say something, walk up to me. And that's the motto out there, or one of them, something like that. And people walking up saying, you're being stalked, dude. I watched this person just follow you from the basement of the train station all the way around the train station and back out the same frickin' doors that you went through. So it ain't like it's not noticeable, and I'm paranoid schizophrenic when they have people standing. Anybody and their mother would be able to understand this. And did. There was people that finally stood up against it. These people are pitting people in fear. And that's also because they're showing connectivity of law enforcement. The damn government behind the shit. Oh, well, you could tell, and those people horse shit. You tell the case gets thrown into a damn case pile, and if not obliterated. That's just like rape kits. A fucking unlocked storage abandoned building just like in Michigan, where the rape kits said they would not be legible in court because of the protection of the, well, not windows, literally knocked out of the abandoned building where they're storing rape kits, because the city bought the building, and that's where the rape kits are. Not to get into something as stupid as that, that's harsh, but it's really not. The government, oh, you need to rely your trust in us to protect you. Horse shit. Anyways, I do apologize for the end. Hopefully I can just want to put out the information, but when I do get the help, when I start progressing the cases farther or my situation farther, and whatever comes out of it, maybe to help somebody else to know you know, okay, this is how you got help and this is what stood. I can at least utilize a little bit of that and utilize it for myself and be able to help myself, if not other people. And hopefully it does turn back into, you know, helping out, or at least getting society straight to a point. Something good going, rather than feeling targeted. Paranoid schizophrenia being blamed with after somebody trying to shut you down in the first place. And now that's a disability too. That's a disability even if it was what is the rights of life. But then them even trying, oh, we're not being too harsh, but you're going to question the rights of life? Bull. I'm gonna go ahead and press stop on this video, and that's that. Peace.